Welcome, everyone, back to a regular episode of Make Your Point. It feels good to be back. I'm Avin here with my varsity water polo goalie co-host, Zachary Roisman. Wow, I said it really good that time. I said really.
Oh, you didn't. Anyways, you said it horribly.
Anyways, we are back, and we are here to talk about what has happened in the world of sports. And like I said, this is a regular episode. We're not doing an interview this time, but we actually haven't had a regular episode of Make Your Point where we get to debate and talk about issues that are occurring in the sports world since December 16th. And you know, we kind of miss it, and you know, we've missed a lot of things that we want to be able to talk about with our audience, and so we decided to kind of recap 50 of the biggest headlines and events that have taken place since our last episode of December 16th, 2020. So here we go, a countdown of 50 things that have happened since December 16th, and we are we are going to kick it off right now. Put the countdown. Put the countdown. All right, there you go. All right, sorry. All right. Ready? 3.
You're the person who puts the countdown.
It put it by itself. All right. 3, 2, 1. James Harden debuted this season with the Rockets. However, that wouldn't last very long.
Giannis signed a 5-year, $228 million supermax extension to stay in Milwaukee.
Juju started TikToking on teams' logos.
The NBA is investigating Jerry West and the Clippers' recruitment of Kawhi Leonard.
Vanessa Bryant got sued by her mom.
Kyrie saged the TD Garden.
Rams lost to the worst team in the NFL, the winless Jets.
Justin Herbert earns rookie touchdown passing record.
John Gruden wore an Oakland Raiders hat.
Aaron Rodgers reaches 40 touchdowns for a record third time.
Russell Westbrook makes his Washington Wizards debut.
Rudy Gobert and the Utah Jazz signed a 5-year, $205 million extension.
Shaq called Rudy Gobert out for being overrated.
The Gators' Kyle Pitts entered the NFL draft.
Des Bryant throws up the X for the first time in 3 years.
James Harden is on the trade block.
Malik Beasley dating Scottie Pippen's ex-wife.
Jalen Hurts takes the starting job from Carson Wentz.
Roethlisberger says he's playing like poo-poo.
Juju keeps dancing.
The NBA had a Christmas Day quintuple header.
Alvin Kamara ties the NFL game record with 6 touchdowns.
Fitzmagic's face mask gets ripped off his face.
Nathan Reed won our fantasy football league without paying attention.
JJ Watt unhappy in Houston.
LeBron James became the Associated Press Male Athlete of the Year for the 4th time.
Jaguars clinched the #1 pick in the NFL draft.
Taylor Heineke dove for his life.
Johnny Manziel joining a fan-controlled football league.
Becky Hammon made history.
Alabama wins the Natty over Ohio State.
Dolphins miss playoff chances.
Curry's back and put up 62 points.
Justin Jefferson passed Randy Moss on the rookie reception yards list.
Julius Randle making the Knicks good again.
Chargers fire Anthony Lynn, who took a job as the Lions offensive coordinator.
Jaguars fired Doug Marrone, who took a job as the offensive line coach at Bama.
Bill O'Brien took a job at Alabama as the offensive coordinator.
Robert Saleh became the Jets head coach.
Dan Campbell wants your kneecaps.
Nick Sirianni knows the right thing to do, not the wrong thing.
LaMelo Ball becomes the youngest player ever to record a triple-double.
Jimmy Bucket scores 30 points for the still sucky Heat in his return after like a million missed games.
James Harden gets traded to the Brooklyn Nets to play with KD and Kyrie.
The Pacers trade saved Karis LeVert's life.
Dame Time has ice in his veins.
Cole Anthony also has ice in his veins.
LeBron James also has ice in his veins.
Deshaun Watson wants out of Houston.
And Tom Brady beats Aaron Rodgers in Lambeau to make it back to the big game at 43 years old with a new team in a new conference.
Well, there you have it. 50 things that have happened since December 16th, the last time we were actually able to have a regular episode of Make Your Point and talk about the issues going on in the sports world. And
my best friends in the Super Bowl.
And since we are caught up, like Zach just brought up, Antonio Brown, Tom Brady, Rob Gronkowski, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, the Buccaneers are playing in the big game on Sunday against the Kansas City Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, Tyreek Hill, and everyone else. And we are super excited for this matchup. And we really wanted to talk about this, but we didn't think it was appropriate to talk about a Super Bowl, a big game like this one, without bringing on our Make Your Point crew, who over a year ago would come on and talk about the same game over a year ago. So we decided to get everyone on for this episode right now, so that we can predict and talk about what we expect from the Chiefs and the Bucs tomorrow. And here it is. Here are everyone's predictions for the game. Everyone, please welcome our first member rejoining us on the show for this very special episode of Make Your Point to discuss the matchup between the Bucks and the Chiefs. Everyone, please welcome Jake Liguori, Kennan O'Malley, Nathan Reed, Jesse Staple, and Colby Dernis. Jake, first question.
Sir.
Who is going to be the biggest X factor in this matchup? Is it going to be Patrick Mahomes or Tom Brady?
Honestly, I think it's going to be Tom Brady because Zach's shocked by that.
Tom Brady's probably going to make... There's no reason for that look, but I think Tom Brady's obviously going to be the X factor here.
Patrick Mahomes. Brady's got the defense. He's got the offensive line. He's got the weapons at receiver.
Patrick Mahomes will end up having a better game. However, both quarterbacks won't play their best games.
Go versus baby goat. It either, it's going to be such a toss up of a game, but I think just Patrick Mahomes' ability, I think that's going to be a big thing in this game.
But Patrick Mahomes is going to have to really carry the slack in this game where they are definitely at a disadvantage when it comes to many certain areas that the Bucks have over them.
But I do think Mahomes has the edge here for no particular reason.
What are the Chiefs going to have to do to stop the Buccaneers offense?
I think they just have to limit Tom Brady's passing game to Scotty Miller, the deep balls.
If they can stop the run early on in the game, they can control, all four quarters. And if they do that, they win, essentially.
They're going to have to apply a lot of pressure. The way you beat Brady is applying pressure. You can't give him time in the pocket to drop back and throw. You got to make him rush his decisions and try to be off. You got to throw a lot of blitz packages in there.
Preventing just the short yards that Tom Brady really likes to go for in the short games, that'll add up over time. So I think protecting the short pass game.
On paper, the receivers are definitely stacked, and I think the Chiefs are going to have to do something to keep everything in front of them and not allow big plays, 20, 30, 40, 50-yard plays through the air.
What are the Bucks going to have to do to stop the Chiefs offense now?
They're going to have to contain Patrick Mahomes. They're going to have to get pressure on him early in the game.
Kind of just stop their playmakers, make the tackles, because obviously Mecole Hardman, Tyreek Hill, if they break a tackle, there's no telling when you're going to tackle them again. They could break a catch for 5, break a tackle, and then run for 30 more. So I think you're going to have to lock down defense, give them no yards after catch, at least for their speedsters and playmakers.
I think it's almost the opposite because the Bucks I think the Chiefs' main way of scoring the Bucks are going to be through the secondary. I think, when they play them in week 12, Tyreek Hill was all over that secondary. He dropped, 200 yards or something like that?
Yeah.
So I think, that's going to be their biggest weakness and thing that they're going to have to fix.
Well, okay, so the Bucks are really good up front. They have a great run defense. I think that they're going to be able to stop the run in this game, but for them to really stop the Chiefs on defense, it's going to be hard. There's not much you can really do. They're going to have to contain Tyreek Hill. He had 200 yards and almost, was it 4 or 3 touchdowns last time?
I think, yeah.
If Tom Brady wins his 7th Super Bowl against Mahomes, will Mahomes ever be able to overtake him as the GOAT?
Right now, I don't see anyone overtaking him as the GOAT.
It's a bit of, you don't really know yet.
Absolutely, yeah. Mahomes is young. He's 25, and he's going to be playing for the Kansas City Chiefs, who are a great organization for the next 9 years, or actually 10 years.
Of course he will. I mean, right now, of course, Brady's the GOAT. If he wins his 7th Super Bowl, helps solidify it even more.
It's certainly helping Tom Brady build his career more because there's so much debate over him and Bill Belichick who was doing what. So if he can switch right to a new team and win a Super Bowl, that's it's pretty hard to refute him being the greatest of all time.
It's all about consistently, realistically, because playing for double-digit years, you can't have up and down years. You're going to have to consistently play at an elite level in order to overtake Tom Brady. And I'm not saying Patrick Mahomes can't do it, but I don't know. It's just not looking like anyone will realistically do it.
While Tom Brady does have, or hypothetically would have 7 rings, that's not the only, factor in who's the greatest of all time. Already, Pat Mahomes has proven he has more arm talent than Tom Brady. If you're asking the question, will he win as many or more Super Bowls? I don't know. But there's passing yards, passing touchdowns, and I certainly think that Patrick Mahomes is not only on pace, but will break those records in due time.
So, Kennan, who is going to win this matchup between the Bucs and the Chiefs? And tell us your reasoning why and your final score prediction.
I have the Chiefs here.
I think the Chiefs just are better prepared, better manned, better skilled to outclass the Buccaneers tomorrow.
I think the Chiefs will win. It'll be a very close game.
I feel like because there's two superstars, that'll be interesting to see. Although I think Tom Brady is going to take an early lead, and Mahomes will try and take it back, but he won't be able to pull through.
Andy Reid's play calling will be, amazing as usual, and the Bucs will be playing, from behind the entire game.
So, I think whoever has the ball last is going to win the game. Doesn't matter if it ends up going to overtime or if it ends up coming down last possession. Whoever has the ball last is going to win. It's not going to be a huge defensive game. At least that's what I think. I don't think there's going to be a lot of defense. The offense is going to be able to do what they want. And I think that in the end, the Chiefs will come out on top, and they will end up outlasting them defensively and offensively. And it will be a high-scoring game with the Chiefs winning 36-33.
And I think the score will be somewhere around maybe 35 to 24, 35, 28 maybe.
35 to 28.
I think it'll be a very close game. I'm predicting 25-28, something around that, with the Chiefs winning off. Nothing more than a 1 touchdown margin, I think.
Well, guys, we hope that you enjoyed us catching up with our Make Your Point crew, able to talk about the big game between the Bucs and the Chiefs, and
the Super Bowl,
who is going to win tomorrow. But in the meantime, we're going to end off our show the same way that we always do. Time is running out here and Make Your Point, and the game is on the line, which means it's time for overtime. So close.
All right, you guys know the rules. 1 minute on the clock, 5 topics. We're gonna get through them all. All right. So we'll start.
Wait, let's get the timer on. All right, there.
Oh,
no, it just appeared.
The timer was already there.
It was.
Adam just wanted to make this take
all right,
too
ready.
long.
So 3, 2, 1. Carson Wentz could be traded in the coming days. Is this the right move?
I mean, there's really no way to know. I can't say it's the right move or the wrong move. I would like to see him out of Philadelphia, though, so I'm going to say it's the right move. Many players, including LeBron James, have said that the NBA should not have an all-star game this year. What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, I think with COVID, I think they're right. I don't think they should be mixing teams and players together. But I mean, it's exciting for all the fans. We want to see. It's probably one of the most exciting parts of the NBA season. Speaking of the NBA, will the Heat be able to turn around their bad season so far?
I really hope so. They've got the talent, they've got the coaching, and they've had a lot of tough losses. I'd like to see them use those losses as further motivation to turn it around. Matthew Stafford is now on the Rams. Does that make them a Super Bowl contender?
For sure it does. He's 10 times better than Jared Goff. He's going to increase their passing game insanely good, and they already have the defense. Super Bowl predictions, Bucs, Chiefs, who you got, and tell me the score.
I got Bucs. I don't know if I want to say a score. I'm going to say 35-28. I think the Chiefs are going to control the whole game, but the Bucs are winning it in the last 2 minutes thanks to Tom Brady. And you?
I'm going to say it's going to go I'm going to say it's going to be the Bucs, and they're going to go 43-37. I'm going to go high scoring. I think it's going to be a great game. Like I think someone else said, low defense. It's going to be a high scoring. But thanks again, guys, for tuning into this very special episode of Make Your Point. We were so happy to get the Make Your Point crew back together and for us to be able to talk about all the hectic news that is going on within the sports world. Make sure to stay tuned with all our upcoming content, including our new interview series, which we hopefully will be able to have a lot more guests upcoming soon, while still making these regular episodes to talk about everything that is going on daily and weekly and monthly. I'm Adam Avin. That's Zach Roisman. Thank you for tuning in to Make Your Point.
What he said.
Apologies to our dear friend Shaquille O'Neal. Sorry we couldn't get you on the show this time, man, but we will try next week.
Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe.
And remember the golden rule.